George. Ho, ho, ho. Scrooge. Elf. George. Zap. 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 Ho, ho, ho. Scrooge. He had it coming. He had it coming. He wouldn't play the reindeer games. If you'd have been there, if you'd have seen it, I bet you would have done the same. Elf. George. Zap. Ho, ho, ho. Scrooge. Elf. George. Zap. Ho, ho, ho. Scrooge. You know how people have these little habits that get you down? Like Hermie. Hermie wanted to be a dentist, and he was always recommending Trident gum. So I come home this one day, tired from cobbling toys, and I'm looking for a bit of sympathy. And there's Hermie, sitting on the couch, drinking a cocoa, and telling me to chew Trident gum. So I said to him, you recommend that gum one more time. But 4 out of 5 dentists do. So I took his dental drill off the wall, and I gave him a root canal. Into his head. He had it coming. He had it coming. He wouldn't play the reindeer games. If you'd have been there, if you'd have heard it, I bet you would have done the same. I met George Bailey out of Bedford Falls about 2 years ago, and we really hit it off. He told me he was a banker. He told me he could lasso the moon. So we ended up living together. It was great. We had a great thing. He'd come home, we'd go for a walk, we'd have dinner. And then one night I found out. Banker, he told me. Banker my ass. Not only was he broke, oh no, he gave away all our money during a run on the bank. And what little we had saved away went to Mr. Potter. So that night, George came home from work, Zuzu's pedals in his pocket, and he fell off a bridge. You know, some guys should have never been born. He had it coming. He had it coming. He messed around at Christmas time. He pushed my buttons. He's getting nothing. It was a murder, but not a crime. Now I'm standing in the barn, taking care of baby Jesus, minding my own business. In storms my husband Joseph in a jealous rage. You've been screwing the wise men. He was crazy, and he kept screaming, "Where'd that baby come from, Mary? You've been screwing the wise men." And then he got struck by lightning. He got struck by lightning 10 times. If you'd have been there, if you'd have seen it, I bet you would have done the same. I cut off all my hair and sold it so I could buy my husband this really nice chain for his watch. And then he comes home and I find out he sold the watch to buy me some gorgeous combs that I'd had my eye on forever so that I could put them in my hair that I cut off. So basically, I cut off my hair for nothing. Like nothing. Yeah, but did you kill him? My sister the Tooth Fairy and I had this gig, and my husband Santa traveled around with us. Now we'd reel kids in with treats and sweets, and their teeth would just fall right out. Cookies, cakes, chocolate, candy canes, cocoa, one right after the other. Well, this one night we were up at the North Pole, the 3 of us, boozing, having a few laughs, and we run out of eggnog, so I go out to get some. I come back, I open the door, and there's the Tooth Fairy and Santa, checking each other for cavities. Well, I was in such a state of shock, I completely blacked out. I can't remember a thing. It wasn't until later, when I was washing the pixie dust off my hands, I even knew they were dead. They had it coming. They had it coming. They had been naughty all year long. I didn't do it, but if I'd done it, how could you tell me that I was wrong? They had it coming. They had it coming. They messed around at Christmas time. I didn't do it, but if I'd done it, how could you tell me that I was wrong? I loved Ebenezer Scrooge more than I can possibly say. He was a real miserly guy. Rich. Really rich. But he was always trying to find himself. He'd go out every night looking for himself, and on the way, he found past, present, future, and Marley. I guess you could say we broke up because of real estate. He saw himself in a house. And I saw him in hell. The dirty Grinch, 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 Grinch. The dirty Grinch, 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 Grinch. Grinch, they had it coming. They had it coming. They had it coming all along. They push my buttons. They're getting nothing. How could you tell us that we were wrong? They had it coming. He had it coming. He wouldn't play the reindeer games. If you'd have been there, if you'd have seen it, I bet you would have done the same. You recommend that gum one more time. Lasso the moon 10 times. I cut off all my hair checking each other for cavities. Real estate. Elf. George. Zap. Ho ho ho. Scrooge.